Hello everyone, welcome. I wanted to say thanks to everybody that's subscribed to my channel so far. I really appreciate it. I'm here just started a new YouTube channel and just trying to get some things off the ground with this channel and my other YouTube channel for a very long time. And for all people coming from other channel, I'm still going to work on that channel every once in a while, but not very much, but this is going to be my main channel for now. So everybody does that's introduction to who I am. I own MajorLeagueRapping.com. That's a rap website for people who do rap promotion. I do rap music. One of my rap names, Rapper Mike, also known as Geek Gangsta Jamorio, GG Jamorio. And I got another alter ego rap personality, a hidden personality I'll throw in raps every once in a while named PK Check, but you only see that particular rapper as like a surprise in some of my rap tracks that I plan on making in the future. So stuff like that. My other YouTube channel, Major League Rapping, is my YouTube channel for I put my music on and help people promote their music. So if you want to go subscribe and check out my music there, I got about a few tracks up there for y'all to listen to, and to me just rapping just regular verses. So y'all should check that out if y'all are interested in some rap music. I wanted to say that doing YouTube so far has been a lot of fun. To get together and do things with other YouTubers has been great. And I'm just here trying to bring more videos y'all's way. So yeah, I'm here. Just haven't really had nothing really discussed today. So at one point I might throw in some raps every once in a while, maybe do a video about rap music and things. I'm also working on one of my ebooks, how to rap tips that I had from the very beginning when I started rapping in 2005. I love rap and hip hop music. It's not my favorite genre of music, but it's one part of genre of music I grew up with and enjoyed and loved. And I have a favorite genre of music. For everybody who doesn't know, trance, techno, electronica, stuff like that. But hip hop and rap is really good music, and I've listened to so many different genres of music, of rap music, even in just a genre of rap music, those different types, and I've learned a lot from all that music because it really reflects a lot of people's lives. And music is very important, so for people who want to check out my music, heard me rap or anything, you should go to Major League Rapping, like I'd said. Yeah. So I'm here with my Major League I'm here with my Major League Raps portfolio. So basically, when I was incarcerated for 4 years, I wrote 200 pages of raps. See all that? That's all rap music in there. Some of the pages is just pages with a concept or track written on them, and when I write tracks, it has to be specific, so I leave it blank. When I do write verses and lines, and for create writer's block, I take a blank sheet of paper and I write specific verses. So I wanted to show you all that what's coming to the YouTube channel, Major League Rapping, and my personal rap tracks. This is enough to make 2 whole albums. All the rest of it's just riddle raps to get out of writer's block and to express a better idea and concept into rapping and rhyming. Because it took a lot of rapping and rhyming, I've noticed, to get to a particular point. For the people that never rapped, it took a lot of writing to get to a particular point in structure to build how I write, because if I heard myself from back then, I'd probably be humiliated, because I'm like, yo, this dude just beat me, my old self versus my new self. You get what I'm saying? So to have this many raps together, believe me, I'm thinking a lot about Major League Rapping and taking it further. And mainly why I haven't do some of my tracks I really want to do is because I really want to get a producer for those specific tracks. And I'm working on one track called "I'm Still Speaking," and I got an instrumental for that track. And I wrote a song to this very good instrumental actually. And I plan on using all my particular production skills to get the track into work. If I had a producer to play the track with the instrumental and just edit it, he would be very easy and he'd make a little bit of money off it. So I'm definitely looking for a producer to look on "I'm Still Speaking" after I produce it a certain way as a demo, and then a producer come in and edit, and I'm going to save all those files. Always keep my project files. Very important to keep your stuff in the plan. So I wanted to show you all that. And yeah. So that's all I really got to say about that. I graduated high school in 2007. I wanted to say that I did computer repair. I know computer repair. The furthest knowledge I have in computers is SQL Server databases, Apache servers, setting up computer databases, DNS, networking, edit hexadecimal files, edit, root certain programs, create executable files, create hello worlds in a few languages, edit certain. Never edited really computer code and re-executed it unless if that's really like a computer term, but re-executable, made it as a executable file after editing it. And looking at how Microsoft does MS-DOS and 32-bit operating. So after 64-bit came in, it became too complex. The architecture of it just became too. The structure of it completely became too much for me to keep track of. But I have been keeping track of it. I just think Windows 10 has became worse. But they got to make it stronger and more non-vulnerable to hackers, because you got to think about it. Over time, Windows XP is completely hacked. If everybody on Windows XP nowadays, there's a lot of hackers out in the world. I know how to hack XP completely. I know how to send something to someone's Windows XP computer and keep track of the whole entire thing and turn off some antivirus. Unless they had really good antivirus on it still. But see, that's why they stopped supporting old operating systems. So that gives you some knowledge about myself, about my schooling. High school diploma. I got a college credit in computer repair. I like anime. I used to like anime a lot, but Dragon Ball Super came out recently, and I never really. After I started rapping when I was 17 and 18, I didn't really game much anymore. By the time I was 20 years old, I stopped watching anime and stuff like that. At least Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, and stuff back then. And I started rapping and rhyming and smoking weed sometimes, and just getting more into the whole social thing, and felt like I needed to change my personality up completely. Like I used to sit at home all day long playing computers, and I started getting in legal trouble. And I plan on doing some stories about the time I was locked up, the 4 years. And I got a specific story I want to tell about these two guys that were there, and a few other people that were involved for a certain duration. But when I was in lockdown, for people that don't know, I was in lockdown for 3.5 years, almost 4 years, because in Virginia there's 85% of time you have to do. So I will tell that story because during the time I was locked up in lockdown, those people were there for years. A couple of years I was with the same inmates for that long, because they were in lockdown waiting to go to court, waiting to be sentenced, waiting to go up the road, waiting to go to prison. By the time they got done being sentenced, and it took them 3 months to get into court, sometimes it takes a year, 2 years to go to prison, and you got an 8 to 10 year sentence, 20-year sentence. So stay tuned for that story. I'm going to be doing a very specific story on that and explain my perspective and their perspectives on it, and tell you why I want to explain those stories, because a lot of the things that happen are very specific. Things like that. Yeah, so moving on, I wanted to say that I've been enjoying doing YouTube. YouTube's been awesome. For everybody that doesn't know, my Junkyard YouTube channel, the other one I have, The Dimensionalist, has been like a YouTube channel that is just a little bit too much. You get what I'm saying? That's just all the stuff I've read, studied, discussed over the many years. That's why I do videos on that channel, trying to discuss everything I've ever read from every type of different book, religious book, philosophy, psychology, and things of that nature. So that has made me a better YouTuber in the end. Made me know what's good and worst for what people actually want to hear in general. Actually, that's another thing about doing YouTube. And the thing about YouTube, there's only certain things you could do to get so far on YouTube. So I've been thinking about starting a new YouTube channel for a while. So, and I think doing it this way, with the way the content I want to bring will flow a little bit easier than the way I do on my other channels. I do notice when I put a lot of playlists together for my Major League Rapping channel, some of those songs in there, if you really listen to the whole playlist, the MLR playlist, it's the abbreviation for Major League Rapping. If you listen to that playlist, a lot of it, I'm in there. But if you go to the ones that are just a couple of people I know I've met personally, and a few other people I promote on the internet, some of those songs are actually really good. It ain't just mediocre rap music. It's actually pretty decent. I think that's good. That qualifies as something that would sound something decent that was supposed to try to be promoted as mainstream. So I definitely wanted to say that. If y'all check that out, that's really good. Yeah, I'm really thankful again for all the people that subscribe to the channel. That's awesome. That's really cool. I'm gonna have some really good stuff on the way for y'all, and y'all need to stay tuned for that. I'm gonna leave it up to y'all if y'all want me to start doing raps in the videos. So if you want me to like ever do a rap video or something specific, like I said, I'm working on a PDF actually of how to rap, and once I get that stylized correctly, looking decent, because I ain't just gonna be typed up and just typing. I'm gonna try to make it look like when you look at it, the borders look decent, like you're looking at a website when you read the PDF. I don't like people to not have stuff in order, because it's going to be in order too, and then I'm going to try to do videos on it, promoting it, the ebook further in the end. So for the people that would like something like that, I'm going to definitely have that available for someone, but that's all going to be put on Major League Rapping, and I'll make sure y'all get a link at one point on this particular channel. Yeah, for everybody that didn't know, one of my cats had kittens recently, and I haven't got a chance to see the kittens. They're probably hidden somewhere, and I'll be showing y'all where the kittens are. Yeah. I like cats more than dogs. Dogs are cool too. I've just always liked cats more. They're just cute little animals. So to give y'all perspective on myself, I like cats more than dogs. I guess some people would like to hear that. But I've had both animals. Both animals are cool. There's nothing wrong with either one of the animals, or particularly dogs. But cats are cool too. Yeah. So, and for one of my favorite movies of all time is Night at the Roxbury. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, but the dudes go to the club and they dance and stuff, and they meet the chicks, and there's some chicks don't like them, and they actually end up. In the end, they end up with the chicks in the end. But the point of the movie is that they're trying to start get into this particular club, and they're horrible at picking up ladies, and they had trying to actually meet one of the most important people in the dude who owns the club. So for people who haven't seen the movie's really good. It's really funny. It's got actually Will Ferrell in it and Chris Kattan from Saturday Night Live. So that's a really good movie, really funny. Why I always like that movie was because the music in it was really good, and the music is what led me to like dance music. But at one point, I never did like dance music. I started liking rap and hip hop. When I was liking rap and hip hop, I didn't like dance music as much for some reason. But that's one of my favorite movies of all time. One of the movies I thought was really good is AI. I thought that was a real interesting movie with the robot kid, and that was a very intriguing movie. A lot of emotion behind a non-emotional robot, you know what I'm saying? But the movie speaks truth in the future. I believe there will be maybe, you never know, guys, a civil rights movement for robots, strangely. But that movie is really good, and I think that yeah, I would actually just thought of that just now. That's really interesting. How people actually do things nowadays, and robots have emotions. Well, we know they have emotions, you know. Power them down. So, AI was a really good movie. Another movie I liked really good was Jersey Girl. It's about a chick who's a normal girl who's trying to get a guy that's rich, and I think that speaks a lot. With me in general, I was actually trying to talk to a female. I'm don't have much money. I get by, but this one chick I was talking to had a lot of money, so it kind of speaks in the same role reversal type of aspect to the whole thing, you know. So that's why I thought Jersey Girl was a really good movie. So if people haven't seen the Jersey Girl, and there's two movies, Jersey Girl, the '90s version and the newer version. '90s version is better, and I like personally my personality. I love '80s and '90s theme music and movies and scenery, because I don't know, it's the most appealing to me. I think some of the scenery nowadays, not that it's not good, I like 80s and 90s scenery, music, and movies. I would watch a lot of movies that I haven't watched yet. I need to watch 90 in the 90s over any movie that would probably come out nowadays. And you got to understand when people make movie and music, it's reflective of their life, what they think about what's around them, and what they can actually create for themselves. So for people to reflect and bring their life into other people that experience from the 80s and 90s, it's really good feeling. It's great. For all the millennials that haven't really just got to feel the real feeling of what it's like to be in the 80s or the 90s, I grew up in the early 90s all the way up through to now. I know what it was like to kind of feel the 80s and the full structure of the 90s growing up. So I believe those two personalities, people, millennials, and me in general, like a guy didn't know who rappers were that I mentioned that were really famous rappers, and he's never heard of them, but he likes mumble rap, stuff like that. So yeah, um, things like that. I want to say that will probably do specific gaming at one point if y'all want to see me game. There's a lot of old games I don't think people's never seen before, and one day I want to do a video of me gaming and talking about the video game while I'm gaming. It'll be short. I don't really do gaming anymore, but for the people that like gaming, I'm gonna do something like that at one point. It'll be something small, and I think y'all will like that, and that'd be really cool. I'm really good at narrating and poking fun and making actually good entertainment out of video games. Like me and my cousins, we used to sit in a room all day long and play video games and just joke each other, talk about the video games, and download rap music and listen to it. And that was the cool thing about growing up with being a teenager. We were always, I had the guy. I have no brothers, right? I had cousins, so they were the ones I liked to fight with, basically. You know what I'm saying? Growing up with, and they were really cool, and they gamed a lot. And one of my cousins put years. I got a cousin that put years of gameplay time. Yes, gameplay time. That means how much time he put on the game consecutively on Final Fantasy 11. It's like 4 years or something, 5 years gameplay time, because sometimes he left it idle. But the real solid gameplay time he's put into the game is over 4 years or something. I lost track after it was like 4 years. I don't know if it ever got to 5 or 6 years, but at one point he slowed down, finally. And he got literally almost everything in the game, which is amazing. Final Fantasies are good video games. I think FPS are good too. I'm an old Half-Life, Source, Counter-Strike person, honestly. Call of Duty was starting to come in around that time I was getting out of FPS gaming. And I'm a versatile gamer. I like all video games. I like puzzle video games. I'll even try to play a video game I kind of like or dislike or don't look good. I'll give it a chance. Try to get through it. That's what type of gamer I am. I see a lot of gamers that are FPS gamers don't like RPGs, and RPG gamers don't like FPSs. I've did both and can tell you that both games are good and a very good aspect to life and reality, really, or fantasy, because you're experiencing directly what those things are, and it's really, really cool. Final Fantasy just something came when I was got a Super Nintendo in like 1997 when I was a kid. And I told my dad I wanted a Super Nintendo because he got me one a long time ago. I was like, I need a Super Nintendo, and he got me He got Final Fantasy 6 for the Super Nintendo, and that was really interesting. When I was younger, my dad, I asked him one day, I was like, hey man, one day I want to get a PlayStation. Because my friends were talking about getting the PlayStation. My friend didn't have one. He had like, my other friend didn't have a game system for some. No, he had a PlayStation at one point. Yeah, he did. And my other friend didn't have one. And I asked my dad one day. This was back when they were still $100 to $150, maybe $200. It was like 1998, if I had to think. Because I had a Super Nintendo at one point. And I really wanted to get the PlayStation because in 1998, the PlayStation was the best system, went on with the 64, and the Dreamcast came out at the end of 1999. So, got to put things in perspective. And I think the Dreamcast had a good 2-year run in the video game market. 1 year, it started to die, and the second year, Dreamcast it died completely, which was very devastating to me. But I asked my dad one day, I was like, hey man, I want to get, I was like 11, I was like, or 12, I was like, one day I want to get the PlayStation. You know what he told me? I'll sit back and say, yeah man, one day I'll get it for you, and You know, the parent speech, you know, like, hey man, I'll make sure you get it, and then one day I get it, right? Guess what this dude said? This dude said, we're gonna go get it right now. I was like, really? We're right now? And I swear to God, I was like being a kid and then to get a PlayStation and having a way I couldn't get it because a kid then I didn't really have a way to make money. I didn't really think about making money. I thought it was all something adults did. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, we can go get that right now. We went to Kmart. He said, point to it. I pointed, and it was he grabbed it off. They grabbed it off the shelf or whatever, right? And I had it in my hand. They bought it, and my dad was in the van, and I was holding it in my hand, and he just kept looking at me that I had this big box in it. He's like, we can't get no games right now. I was like, that's cool, man. You know, that's you done bought me. You spent probably $200 on the PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? So this is the PlayStation 1. And it had a demo disc in it. So when I got home and seen the demo disc, I was like, that's all I needed. And at one point, I borrowed a game from a friend, and at one point, he bought me games. So there was consistency there. And I thought that at first when I got the Dreamcast and had the game. There was a demo disc in it, and I got to enjoy the demo disc before you get the real games. And that's a good marketing strategy, I believe. Those even though they give people a sample of the game, that helped promote the video games in an extremely good way because playing Medieval, playing Legends of Legia, playing Ready to Rumble Boxing, and all these demos, and Air Guys, people have ever played that game. It's a game by Dream Factory. It has Cloud and Final Fantasy 7 people in it, and plus another type of new people in the constructive game. And there's a secret dungeon mentioned in that, which is really cool. So, yeah, to get the PlayStation, have all that happen, and the good market strategy they did, I couldn't believe I had the actual demo disc because my friend had demo disc too, and he wouldn't ever let me borrow his games. He only borrowed demo disc, and at one point I went and bought those games from the demo discs. Like, I had to get the full game of it. Medieval was a really good game. I tried to get far in that game. Still haven't really beat that game. Only got like 10-20% of that game over with. That game's a very long game, actually. So that's one good thing that happened to me in my life. And then the day that my dad got the Dreamcast, and I was supposed to get it that week, and we spent some of the money, and I see him blow the money on different things, right? I was like, dang, man. And he had work that Monday, and he didn't get paid again, and my birthday was 2 days later. And so I seen him spend all the money. I was like, yo, this dude just spent the Dreamcast money, man. So he comes in the house that same day, and I thought, where's my dad at? Where's he at? He comes in the house, had my friend on the couch, like, dude, I'm getting a Dreamcast today, man, right? This dude, it's like 1999. I got the system in end of October. It was on my birthday, end of October, right? So, when he came in, I was like, where's the Dreamcast, man? I was like, where's the Dreamcast? Like that, where's the Dreamcast? I didn't say man. I was like, where's the Dreamcast? He said, I couldn't get it. I'm like, what? He's like, no, I'm just kidding. It's outside on the ground or something like that. I ran outside, and I swear I was in a Target bag. I grabbed a box. I think I ran the box inside, and I started jumping up and down like crazy. But I was talking about it for like a month, like a couple months, that how happy I was jumping up and down with it. My friend was just like shocked on the couch like this, like I don't know, he didn't say nothing. He just couldn't believe it, I guess. Because then it's like, astounding. So I open it up, play it, and I didn't let my friend play it. It was my birthday. He's like, let me play it. And I couldn't give him the controller for some reason. And that's when the Dreamcast just came out, and it was better. It was like PlayStation 2 graphics at the end of 1999. Remember, PlayStation 2 didn't come out to the end of, 2000? And then Dreamcast and GameCube, the Xbox and GameCube didn't come out until, 2001 or 2? You know what I'm saying? So around that time, the Dreamcast was a really good console. For him to see that game system up in live action right then and there, graphics way better than N64 and PlayStation, was an extremely good feeling. And that's what my friend did to me. When he finally got the PlayStation 2, and that's before I moved to Virginia, actually, he invited me to his house, show me he got the PlayStation 2. I was like, can I play it, man? Because he let one of his friends play it at one point. He's like, no, you're not going to play it. You didn't let me play your Dreamcast. I'm like, huh? I didn't really care about playing it because it was an ATV off-road game. Remember the first few games for PlayStation 2? The ATV off-road game. So I was just like, okay. I just didn't play it that day. But the first time I played the PlayStation 2 was actually at a GameStop. It was Tekken. No, it was the game Bouncer or Tekken, I think. It was Tekken. And it was on an LCD screen. And, they set up everything perfectly. To see the PlayStation 2 on an LCD screen made it gaming look even better. We told him put it on our was it RCT or CTR TV? Or the regular cathode ray tube? Yeah, cathode ray tube, CRT, yeah. Cathode ray tube TVs instead of the LCDs. The PlayStation 2 looked really good on a regular TV. And grandmother spoiled me, dude. I had the PlayStation 2, the slim version. I had the fold-up TV. I never even used it. I let my cousin use it to play GameCube on. She could hook a different video game system to it, you know, because I had those plugs. And dude, I had all that stuff. Really didn't ever like the laptop version of PlayStation 2, man. I really took it nowhere. I had this and that, and it was great, man. It really was. So when I moved to Virginia, it was awesome. It was a good transition to move from Georgia to Virginia. The people were different. I gotta tell you this: growing up, let's say that the teenagers, cause I grew up as a teenager, moved to Virginia when I was like 14. The teenagers were different. The teenagers in Georgia are more nicer and kinder. There was a few bullies, I guess you want to say, but they're not really bullies. They're people that really try to get you to be cool with them and not be lame. That's the funny thing about it. Bullies here are really bullies. That's the really funny thing about it. And I thought that when I seen the two different perspectives, it made me more of an aggressive type in high school, because one of the guys that picked on me in elementary school, I punched him in the face one day after school, and because he kept teasing me around this one chick, and I was actually took in 5th grade. No, yeah, it was 6th grade. Was when elementary school. I asked the finest girl in the school to dance, and she said yes. And I went to dance with her, and I took a picture with her. And my friend said he still had the photo, and like many years later, actually 9 years after it occurred. I never got a chance to get my wallet from him and the picture out of it. I hope he still does have it, but he probably doesn't, which I've talked to recently. And so the two types of different people, the teenagers, the adults there are nicer than the people here in Virginia. And that's the thing about Virginia, there's a lot of military, a lot of regular people, a lot of aggression, a lot of crime. There's a lot more going on here, but it's a really strong, wealthy state. You know what I'm saying? So Georgia's just calm, cool, relaxed. Everybody's nice to each other and good. Here, there's still really good people, don't get me wrong. A lot of majority of people are good, but a lot of oddball people that are the ones that are, I think, are unsociably, try to socialize with them correctly. Maybe that's just, it comes with growing up. I don't know. But I felt that, you know, I like the people in Georgia more. That's my point. But being in two different states and going back to Georgia after so long, I represented VA. For the people that's in VA, I was in Virginia and told them I was in Virginia, and they thought it was really cool, especially since I was from there originally. But yeah. Other than that, I'm trying to think of some more things about myself, so I'm going to go ahead and close out the video. I wanted to say I hope everybody's enjoyed the camping video I did. I'm thinking about putting that video on my other YouTube channel on this particular channel, and letting y'all see that footage. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed it. I liked it, going on the trip a lot. It was fun. Our neighbors were just really didn't want to be bothered. I noticed. You get what I'm saying? So it was kind of, if there was more open space, I guess, we're not really trying to go out there to party, but like, it was like, the neighbors really didn't want to just even say hello. So it was like, they were really just minding their own business. I mean, it's like you go out and it just seemed eerie because they really didn't act like we didn't exist. You know what I'm saying? At least just like a hello, wave, and then like a, we forget about you at that point. When you act like that, you're like, I can't get you out of my mind. I'm like, yo, they're like too nice. Like, I don't want to say hello nice. You know what I'm saying? Which are, those people exist. You know what I'm saying? So, some people just don't really want to interact with no one. You get what I'm saying? I think that's all it really is. When you go out and do things, sometimes I don't really want to say hey to nobody. Some people are really nice to me, and I really don't feel like being bothered. You know what I'm saying? Really just want to move on, and it's public. You know what I'm saying? Just move on and go do something else. But it was fun. The rice chicken teriyaki we made, and the chili mac, it was good, but I liked the rice. It was really good, and sleeping on the cots was extremely soft. A lot softer than what I thought. Those beds are extremely good to sleep on. I got a lot of rest on it, and to sleep on something different, I'll sleep on the same type of bedding every night. To sleep on that bedding one good time had it works. It works out. It helps the body. I know some people when they get out of jail, sleeping on jail beds for a really long time, try to sleep on something soft after so long, they have a really hard time trying to get to sleep. I know that when I got out of jail, even though I was happy being free, I couldn't go to sleep. Reality was overwhelming. I was in a hotel too. Trying to get to sleep, it took 2 days for me to go to sleep. Like I was out of jail for 48 hours. So, but when they called me to release me after 3.5 years, 3 years 9 months. That's about 85% of the 4 years I had. 5 years, 1 year got ran concurrent. I was just couldn't believe it. I was like, I'm about to go out into the world, listen to what music I want, be free, go say hello to who I want, walk into whatever building I want to go to, say hello to whoever, go do whatever wherever. Of course, with the confinements of the law. And the freedom after so long, it was a really extremely good experience. Like, I already knew that when I told myself I'm going to go out in life, love life, and then be hit with the biggest circumstances and things to take care of in real life scenarios, which you got to prepare yourself for when you get out. Life ain't just, you ain't feeding you no more 3 meals a day and you sleep. You got to go out there and make your living. So, that was an extremely good feeling to get out, to be prepared to get out. Just going to sleep for them first couple of nights was hard. Listen to what music I wanted to. I got a laptop when I got out. The hotel room I had was real nice. I had a hotel for about 2 days, stayed out with a friend, and then was gone again for another hotel for another 3 days. So it really helped in the end to be ready to go to the street in a hotel room and some more solitude before I had to really go out and try to live life. Especially meeting up with one of my friends. And being with one of my friends after so long, he helped me readjust to society. And that's what I appreciate with him the most. And that feeling of getting out, like I said, guys, if anybody's ever got out from doing an extremely long time, it's a really good feeling. I know some people can do like a week and they get out and feel good. I've done a couple weeks before and get out and feel really good still. It's kind of like the same feeling. But after doing so long, I worked really hard during that time locked up, writing raps, trying to prepare myself for something, create something for myself, with conserving my time, because the rap and I read a lot of books too. To do 3 years and 6 months in solitary confinement, I believe affected me in the end, but I kept myself really, really prepared and patient. Patience is a virtue. When you start getting unprepared with your patience, and your patience is out, that's when jail gets hard. So I wanted to say that. I'm just trying to think some few more things to say until I close out the video. Like I said, I appreciate everybody that's subscribed so far. I'm gonna have great content coming all the way from this channel. My other channel, I will do videos on every once in a while, but this channel is where I'll be doing all my main videos on from now on. For all people that enjoy my other channel, I will be throwing videos up there, talking about all the other topics I like talking about for the people that actually want me to continue that channel. But this channel is where I'm doing all my main ones so far. Continue my journey on YouTube. So, I want to say, before the year's out, I'm going to be working on this track, I'm Still Speaking. That's the name of the track. It's got a really good beat to it, melody. I would play it, but I got a lot of stuff to do with copyrights and make sure it's okay to put on the internet and things before I actually take it somewhere further with recording it and putting it on this YouTube channel. I do own the copyrights for my other rap track, and I might put it on this channel if you want to hear it. But this track, like I said, if you go to Major League Rapping, you can check out my track. I don't really want to put any music on this channel particularly, but I will probably rap for y'all, so keep that in mind. That's pretty much it. Further than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna be thinking of some more stuff to say, actually. I mean, I don't know. But look, I'm just really thankful y'all subscribe to my channel, guys. Really, I am. But I can't think of anything else to say, man. I will be showing y'all some video games y'all have never seen before in the future on this channel. And I heard PewDiePie did a lot of video games people have never even seen before. And I've always got a few video games I don't think he's ever heard before, especially old computer PC games, because I've been gaming on PC since 1997 all the way up till now, hardcore, and I've been on the internet since 1997 too. I got on the internet one time like 1995, 1996, but what's the first great, good internet experience y'all have had? Because when I first got on the internet back in 1998, 1997 at my friend's house, when I finally got my own computer, I slept in the chairs. That's how good the internet was. Other than that, I hope y'all take care. Thanks for subscribing. Peace.